What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to some Dungeon Defenders 2 and another Defense Spotlight. Now, I did another straw poll on Twitter, and I was shocked to see that the Monk's Skyguard Tower won out. So today, we are going to be talking about nothing less than the only true anti-air in the game in the Skyguard Tower. Now, the reason I say that is the Skyguard Tower is the only defense that only hits flying mobs. So use that to your advantage and take out those baddie flyers wherever you can. Now, it is important to note right up front that early game, the Skyguard Towers seem to be underperforming, and the reason is the #1 required shard that you just absolutely must have in your Skyguards is going to be Deadly Strikes. Getting that increased range on your Skyguards makes it so that those Cobalt Flyers get burned out of the air instead of just dive bombing the Skyguard. Now, Deadly Strikes of course drops in Chaos 3, so before you can get that shard, you're going to want to keep an eye out for the yellow dots coming in on the flyer lanes, as that is going to be the Kobolds, and get over there and just shoot them down, shoot them out of the air yourself. Until you get that Deadly Strikes, that really is one of your best options while still using the Skyguard Tower. It does chew apart the other flyers, however those kobolds can give it quite the battle. Now, a few other common misunderstandings with the Skyguard is a lot of people believe that it shoots 3 projectiles, as it's got 3 barrels coming up off of it. A lot of people think it will shoot 3 projectiles. However, it actually has nothing to do with the barrels, as how the Skyguard shoots, it shoots all of its projectiles out of 1 barrel, and then will turn for the next attack and shoot all of the projectiles out of the next barrel. And the Skyguard will actually shoot up to 4 projectiles at a time. Now, it does depend on how many available flying targets there are, of course. If there's only 1 target in the air, it's only going to shoot once. However, if there's a pack of flyers or a pack of mobs up in the air, it will shoot up to 4 times each shot. Now, another important thing to note about the Skyguard Tower is the tooltip does not quite add up. The DPS number here is just not right. Knowing that the Skyguard can hit 4 times, it's going to hit, in this situation, 4 times for 177,000 every 0.59 seconds. So it's going to be almost doing 8 shots per second. Of course, we've got a 30% crit chance. The crit chance is based off of each projectile. So even if it only crit once per second, the math is going to work out where it's going to be more DPS than the tooltip is showing. Now, this isn't the only defense that's like that. There are some sketchy DPS figures on several other towers, and sadly the Skyguard is one tower that we don't really have a way to check for sure exactly what it's doing, as we can't use them, of course, against the dummy. A little flyer dummy would be pretty darn awesome, like hang one off the wall up there. How cool would that be? Now, with that being said, you can still use that DPS number as a basis to go by when comparing various shards and various relics. Now, my go-to for endgame with the Skyguard Towers is, as I mentioned, Deadly Strikes is a must-have, and then I also use Power Transfer and Destruction in a medallion. Now, between Chaos 3, when you start getting these good shards like Deadly Strikes, all the way up until you get to the very end game and the best possible relics in the game, you're going to want to use Deadly Strikes, Defense Rate, and Power Transfer, pardon me. So the standard issue trifecta, Power Transfer, Deadly Strikes, and Defense Rate, they will get it done in every single defense in the game in a medallion, all the way up until you get that end game gear, and then you no longer have to use the defense rate, and you actually get more benefit out of putting an additional damaging shard in. Now, the DPS is very, very close. So say I went with the standard trifecta here, Where are you, old defense rate? There's one. It's showing me at 1.50 million, of course, damage per second. 1.5 mil. Now, if we take that defense rate back out and go with destruction, that's going to bring me up to 1.55. So although it is only a slight increase, it works out better where I don't go all the way down to the fastest the Skyguard can attack. However, I maximize the overall amount of DPS that the Skyguard tower is putting out. Now, another shard that you can use in the mix that works very well is Vampiric Empowerment, and it actually works out to be the exact same number as far as DPS, as far as what it's showing on the tooltip anyway. Now, we know that that number is not quite 100% accurate. However, one thing you will note is that where destruction does not increase your crit damage with power transfer, Vampiric Empowerment will. So if we look at, you see here, our crit damage is 732,000. If we throw destruction in there, the crit damage is still 732,000. However, the regular attack damage went way up. Now, if we take out that destruction and throw in Vampiric Empowerment, which Vampiric Empowerment is actually doing the same essential thing. It's increasing your defense power. However, Vampiric Empowerment does play nice with power transfer, and then we'll see that increased crit damage. Now, according to the tooltip here, they're both going to work out to be about the same, so use whatever shards you have in the mix. However, my go-to is usually destruction, power transfer, and deadly strikes. Now, on that same note, if, say, all you got is a mark, as I've got just an abundance of marks, say all you have is a mark. In that situation, I'm going to go with defense crit damage, deadly strikes, and power transfer. And let's take a look at what it does. Instead of 1.55 million, it's just under 1 million damage per second. Now, it's still going to be enough. Although that is, what, a third less than what you're getting out of the medallion. Remember what it takes to kill the mobs, not how much overkill you need. So either one of those defenses set up like that will clear any of the content in the game. Now, as far as Ascension goes, there's going to be some slight variations to the normal Builder Ascension route. Of course, the very first thing you're going to start off with in utility is Defense Crit Chance. However, after Defense Crit Chance, instead of going right into the range gambit, I personally usually go into the Skyguard Slow Duration first. So your first 20 points in utility in Defense Crit Chance, your next 20 points in Skyguard Slow Duration, then you want to go to Skyguard Range Gambit after that, and last but not least, max out your Defense Crit damage. Now in the Defense category, it's pretty easy. Very first thing, Defense Speed. After Defense Speed, just go full on out into Skyguard damage and get that defense power jacked way up on it. Of course, all we're doing is talking about Skyguards here, so the offense category doesn't really matter. However, that is going to be the best way to level up your Ascension as you're coming up through the ranks using the Skyguard Tower. So that will do it for now. Thank you very much for watching. Click that like button and please subscribe to the channel. And there will, without a doubt, be more Dungeon Defenders 2 coming to the channel real soon. So thanks again, and I'll see you next time.